I'm Allie Buckman with the Potomac Bead Company, and I am going to show you how to make some zipper pulls. And this is kind of in honor of back to school that we're doing these zipper pulls. And I'll also show you one with a little lampwork snowman as well. But for this, there's a couple different things that you can use, but one thing that you're definitely going to need is a lobster clasp. Whether or not you go big like this peace sign pewter one or the gunmetal one, or even a small brass lobster. It's kind of up to you. It depends on what you're hooking onto. If I know that I'm hooking onto a coat that has a big zipper pull, I might want to go with a big one. If you're making it more as a key fob, you might want to go with a larger clasp as well. If you know that you're doing it on a sweater and you want to have it on a little kid's sweater to go up and down, you may not want it as large. So think about what you're actually putting the zipper pull on and then go from there. So I have here some zipper pulls, and I'll show you a couple different ways to use them. You are going to need 3 different tools when you are starting this project. You're going to need your round nose pliers, and they are rounded pliers that have a round jaw on either side. I have a bent needle nose pliers, and then I have a wire cutters. And the wire cutters are bead on one side and flat on the other side. So I have those 3 pliers, and then I'm also using, in this video, just to show you the variety of ways that you can do this, I have a 16 or an 18 gauge piece of wire. And I also have on here my clasp, which again I'm using my peace sign with my pirate. I think it's kind of funny. And I have a bead to stop my wire from falling through because our lampwork beads here have a bigger opening. On the example that I've already made, I actually used a head pin. The head pin that I used here on this little pirate was a 21 gauge gunmetal head pin, a 2-inch or a 3-inch woodwork, and a daisy spacer. I'm going to be using a 6mm round and my 18 gauge wire just to show you the variety of how you can actually do this with just plain wire if you don't have head pins. If you're not familiar with head pins are like sewing pins. They have a little bit of a tip on them, and they're going to stop the beads from kind of falling off the end of them. They're used a lot in earrings, but you can just do this with plain wire as well. So I have my pliers sitting near here, and I'm going to pick up the end of my wire. This piece of wire that I'm working with is about 6 or 7 inches long, and I'm just going to work off the same piece of wire. At the end here, I'm going to make a tiny loop to go at the bottom of my I'll do my snowman first. So I'm going to do a tiny loop to go at the bottom of my snowman, and I'm going to hold my pliers and the wire so that I can see the wire through the pliers, but I can't actually feel it on the top, so it's just held in there. I'm going to twist my pliers around, opening and turning them, and that's going to make a little tiny loop. To turn that loop back to center, I'm going to put my pliers in and just do a 45-degree turn. That's going to make a little eye pin. If your eye pin gets thrown off a little bit, if it's twisted over, you can use your pliers and just kind of give a little pinch. I'll put my eye pin then through my snowman, and because of the size of the loop, it's actually going to stop from going through the snowman. If you want to put a bead at the top, you can. This one I'm just going to keep plain. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these chain nose and turn them to the side, go in with my round nose pliers, and I'm going to go right in to that bend that I made. I'm going halfway back on my round nose pliers. You want to think about the snowman, from my perspective, you're going to be looking at him top down because he's going to be facing right towards me. That wire is going to be coming straight out from my chest. So you can see it, I'm turning it a little bit upward. The wire is going to come over the top of the round nose pliers and hit my snowman on the other side. I'm going to switch from the top jaw of the pliers to the bottom jaw of the pliers, just opening and rotating my pliers. Here, I'll show you my hand. So I'm on the top jaw and I'm just moving to the bottom jaw. This way my loop that I've created is staying the same size. The wire then is going to go behind my snowman and finish off the loop. That loop then is going to be made right there. I'm going to attach it to my lobster clasp, Again, big, small, doesn't matter what you're doing. This is the same step. And if you have an eye pin, same thing, you just don't have to do your loop at the bottom. Head pin, same thing, you'll just have that flush end at the bottom. So I'm gonna go in and open up that loop just a tiny bit. And if I need to, because this one has a really thick end, I'm gonna turn just a tiny bit with my pliers, slide that loop in there, and then close it up. I'm gonna let the clasp and that hook dangle. I'm gonna hold my pliers and I'm gonna coil around the top of my bead. As I'm coiling down towards the base, and I'm making sure those coils are one next to another, not over top of one another. The reason I want to do the coiling here rather than just the loop is because it is going to get wear and tear, especially if it's on a book bag or on a coat. So you want to make sure to have a thick wire like this. 18 gauge, 20 gauge would also work. And you want to make sure to coil that top. If you're unfamiliar with wire working, this is a coiled eye pin that we just created. And then the bottom was just the plain eye pin. I'm going to take my cutters now and cut off the extra wire. I have my flat side of my cutters down and you can see the V side exposed. I'm going to get close to that brim of that hat, cut off the extra wire, take my pliers then and just pinch down on my pliers. And then I have my snowman hanging out on my zipper pull. I'll do a little demo for you again with my pirate skull. And I'm going to put my pirate on the peace sign. And I'm going in with my wire. And I'm going to, and this is the same piece of wire, so you can still see I have a lot left. I'm just going to make my tiny loop. Once that loop is made, I'm going to hold it in between my round nose pliers, just like that. Bend the base wire back so my eye pin is straight. I'm going to put below my pirate a 6mm blue goldstone bead, just because I like the way it looks. Stick my pirate on. You can put a bead above too if you want. What I'm actually going to do is move it down a little bit, and I'm going to bend that loop up so it sits and looks like it's decorating the bead. Then I'm going to make my round loop here by taking my bent nose pliers, turning them back 90 degrees, going in with my round nose pliers, taking the wire over the top of the round nose pliers till I hit the nose of my skull, flip from the top jaw to the bottom jaw of my round nose, and take the wire back, forming a 90-degree angle and a nice round loop. Put on my lobster clasp here. And because this is a tight space and a big lobster, instead of holding with my bent nose pliers, I'm actually going to hold with my round nose pliers, and I'm going to do my coils. Usually I do about 3 coils. If you have extra wire, you can decorate the top and form a little spiral cap on the top, just like that. I can keep going if I want. That's kind of up to you. I'm going to take my cutters then, facing downward, cut, go back in and just squash that down a little bit so that way it doesn't grab on anything. And there I have my fun pirate themed little zipper pull. So it's something fun and exciting if you're not getting new backpacks this year for school, or if you have new coats or jackets. It's much easier for kids to grab something bigger than it is a smaller, and this can decorate the book bag without actually having to get a new one. It's something little that can be fun, that instead of going out and getting a new book bag, you just make some bling in the female case or something scary like a pirate skull in the case of boys. Again, you can use these as key fobs, you can use these zipper pulls, you can use them as purse pulls. So really a variety of uses for these different pulls. Hopefully this gives you an idea that you can use whether or not to make zipper pulls or other ideas as well. There's tons of ideas on our YouTube channel, and if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get updates when we do videos like simple projects like this, as well as more advanced project updates and everything in between. You can subscribe again to the channel and you'll get all that info. You can also check us out at PotomacBeads.com. And once you're at PotomacBeads.com, you can check on the locations page and visit one of the stores near you. You can take a class, or if you need to get materials and you can't get to one of our stores, you can shop online. You can also hit the Show More button under the details of this video, and that will pull up links to all the different products that were used. Thanks a lot for watching, and for all you parents back there, get excited about back to school.